This, ladies and gentlemen, is 897 Holliston. It was a beautiful, beautiful home built in 1906, and we are charged with clearing it out, so let's go inside. My husband is the executor for the prima ballerina Jean Perkins and her inventor husband Tom. So it's a beautiful craftsman. And look at this front door. Look at that door. It's just gorgeous. Unfortunately, they were hoarders. So this is the porch that we need to clear out. And this is the other side of the porch. It's the second largest property in Bungalow Heaven. So let's come inside. Here we go. Nothing quite prepared me for this house as far as the clutter. They collected just about everything. Teapots, desks, beautiful desks. There's a beautiful chair buried under here somewhere. Whoops. Something's happened to the lighting. Let me turn... Oh, you just turned it back on. Sorry. Honey, leave the light on. Okay. This is the living room. And my husband's made a path so that we can walk along and see some of the beautiful antique carved tables. Or not all antiques. We did have someone in here to value things and for auction. And some things that we thought were valuable are, and others aren't. So there's piles of things everywhere. Everywhere you look. This is a wonderful table. It'll probably go up for auction. You can't even see under it, but it's a really nice table. There's chairs and tables. There's another table. There's a little bit of collectibles there in the corner. Jean used to give talks on tea, so here's one of her areas. And behind me I've got piles of books. Of course, before we got here, Chris made these walkways. Before, you couldn't even walk. And we've been told that, unfortunately, this rug, which was made in Iran and that is quite large, has been eaten away by a lot of moths and things, and it's quite valuable if it were in good condition. But unfortunately, the moths have eaten it. I'm trying to do this slowly so that you don't get dizzy. But that was one of the first pieces that Jeanne and Tom purchased when they got married, is that and the table there. That mirror. So, and then this curtain actually hides the doorway that goes into Tom's office. This is another table with nice marquetry on it. Marquetry. I'm not sure if that is something he's interested in selling for auction or not. But, and then in the middle we have, believe it or not, I have cleared out many of these piles of clothes. But, the pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I mean, look at that. Look at that pile. Uh-oh, I smell something like it's cooking. So, hold on a second. This is the Ingle Nook. There's a beautiful heroned teapot in there. It's a very large, collectible pot. Some paintings. A Bertha Lum painting. Beautiful Ingle Nook. And this, believe it or not, my husband completely cleared out so that you could get to it. So, there's another nice table. It's Victorian. It's really cool. Look at this. Open the drawers. Cool table. And then we go into a little hallway here. A stairwell here, all the way up, carpeted stairs. Beautiful ceilings. Look at those ceilings. And to turn all the way around, that's the dining room. That dining room table was piled 10 times higher than that. We've cleared it a lot of it out, even though there's still stuff everywhere. And we have moved the bookcases in here from my office to put books out of the way because they have tons of books. There's a beautiful glass case here with some very, very collectible things inside. I smell something. I smell like fire, so one of the lights that's on is resting. Maybe it's down there against a paper or something. That is her teacup collection, Jean's. And let's go in here. There's lots of just random china, random things everywhere. Random, random, random. So that's the dining room. Chris found this cute little table. Can't see it very well, but it's cute. And the chandelier in the dining room. Dining room table. Dining room, and now we're going into the kitchen. Believe it or not, this was 10 times worse than what this is. So inside each of these cupboards here, you've got beautiful glass handles and you've got china. And this is a doorway that leads to some stairs to a cellar. This is the kitchen. And like I said, I mean, this is actually clear. We could not walk through here before. They would sit at a table in front of that television and eat and watch TV, and this is pretty much where they lived. And they have a nice old vintage fridge, and there they are. That's Jeanne and Tom, still holding hands in their 90s, 97 and 98. That's their stove, and then of course the old-fashioned stove as well. Very old-fashioned. Okay, so now we're going to walk. We've got a little a pantry right here, a hallway. We go walk outside, and this is a utility porch. Everything is pretty dirty. And again, well, this is where we have the cat litter trays, but believe it or not, this is cleared. It was almost solid styrofoam containers for food to take home. Solid. You could not see out these windows until Chris cleared it up. Microwave, work gloves, the backyard, which is another story. And the bathroom, believe it or not, is clean. I mean, it's got the old-fashioned shower. It's pretty clean. Okay, so that's the lower level. Let me just walk real quickly into the breakfast room, which was closed off, and you couldn't get to this room either. You could not get in here. But Chris and I have stored things here that might be sellable at a yard sale. So this is their breakfast room with just junk piled up to sell. They've got a cabinet back there, some chandelier, junk to sell, junk to sell. I'm new on iPad, so you have to excuse me while I'm recording this. And that is a Bertha Lum painting. That's worth something. And Jeanne, if you can see, Jeanne hand painted this in her day. This room was probably once a very pretty room. Okay, so that's it for this room. When we go into the hallway, they collected furs, quite a few. So they've got lots of furs. This is a hallway, and it's cleared up. It's dirty, but it's cleared up. You couldn't walk through here, barely. And Chris has cleared that. The bed is a hand-carved out of African gnarl wood. And they don't, it's actually two twins pushed together. I would think a collector would like that, but unfortunately, they did not take care of any of the wallpaper, ceiling, and we've cleared out a good deal of the clothes. But and there's a doorway that goes to the living room, closets full of clothes. This dresser is my pride and joy because it was actually piled very high, much higher than that, higher than the mirror, and I've cleared a lot of that. This is all coats, and this actually was where Tom and Jeanne slept, and It's sad. It's very sad to see this in disarray like this. Just horrible. I mean, this beautiful, beautiful house, and there's just junk everywhere. I'm glad they voted. The auctioneer guy was very interested in that trunk, because they certainly don't make them like that anymore. So we'll clear off that. And we got some ceiling problems here. Lots of cobwebs, lots of peely paper. And this then goes into Tom's office. Tom invented a lot of things, but he also collected a lot of things. And everybody that's seen this office is intrigued by the linoleum, because it's this 1960s or 50s sort of mid-century linoleum that you don't see. Hoping we can get it up, because underneath all the floors you've got walnut and maple floors. But his office is truly a mess. I'm sorry if this is blurry, but I'm walking around here. This chest interested the auctioneers because it's some old-fashioned tool chest. And Tom's got his old-fashioned office in there. This pretty much concludes the lower level of the house. And I'll take another movie for another level.